Welcome to Psalms and Pillars, where we anchor our spirit with timeless wisdom and daily action. Today's pillar is mindfulness, and our theme is simple but powerful. You're allowed to rewrite your story. Psalm 40, verses 1 through 3 says this: I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the pit of destruction, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. These are the words of King David. He was king of Israel, was a warrior, a poet, deeply flawed human being, but still called a man after God's own heart. So David had seen high victories, also super low points, some that he caused himself. He knew what it felt like to be in a pit. I know what that feels like. Maybe you do as well. There's a time in my own life, successful on the outside, but on the inside I was drifting, especially from faith that had once grounded me. I was performing, producing, pushing forward, but I had lost my clarity, overwhelmed, burned out, spiritually out of rhythm, and as I've talked about in the Stability Equation book, in many other areas as well. That's what led me to create a framework that helped me realign my mind, body, and spirit. And at the center of that equation, and the last pillar 7, the foundation of it is faith. It's not religion for show, but realignment of our hearts. And so, like David, I had to be honest about where I was and ask for help, right? I didn't climb out of the pit on my own. God pulled me out. When he did, he didn't just put me back where I was. He gave me something better, a firmer foundation and a new mindset. So let's go back to the psalm, because like many of you, if you're interested, I'm still studying these. I'm still learning about them. So David says, I waited patiently for the Lord. So he didn't fix himself. He didn't rush ahead. He waited. And then he leaned in, and then God leaned in, right? And God responded. He drew me up out of the pit. David had been stuck emotionally, spiritually, both probably, like many of us are, but he didn't stay there. Quote, he set my feet upon a rock and made my steps secure. That's pretty stable, right? That's the kingdom foundation, I think, that God, that I believe, gives when we let go of control and let him do the lifting. And he put a new song in my mouth, not just a second chance, but a new voice, a new chapter, a new purpose. So let me ask you all, listeners, what part of your story feels stuck right now? Where do you feel you're still in the pit, waiting for the rescue? Maybe it's a habit you can't shake, a past you can't let go of, a version of yourself you've outgrown, but you keep holding on to it. Whatever it is, please hear this. You're not stuck forever. You're allowed to rewrite your story. Not by pretending the past didn't happen, but by letting God redeem it. So here's a call to action that I give myself and propose to a lot of you. Pause and pray. Ask God, what part of my life have I treated as permanent, but I'm ready to change? Where do I need to stop just surviving and start rewriting this new chapter, this new beginning? The pit is not your home. The rock is. So David's life wasn't defined by his worst moments, right? It was redeemed by God, who never stopped listening. Mine has been too. I think yours can be. With God, the story isn't over. The next chapter is waiting, and it starts with mindfulness, honesty, surrender, and trust. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Psalms and Pillars podcast. If this message helped you, share it with someone who might need to hear it, or give me your feedback. I'm on X and Instagram at PenelKG. You can go to peopleprocessprogress.com. I have another podcast of the same name called People Process Progress, where I focus on leadership, how to bring people together, project management, public safety. And across all the platforms of stuff I put out there, the Own, Move, Anchor YouTube channel that was the Penelphi Fitness Club. That's the theme, is that we should work to own our minds, move our bodies, and anchor our spirits. Thank you for being here, and I wish you all Godspeed.